Greetings, YouTubers and live videoers. It's me, Wayman29. Just got home from work, so kind of wiped out. But I wanted to come on quickly, and make a video on some stuff that I was thinking about. I was reading the ancient Near Eastern text, Adapa, and the Food of Life. It's online. I'll post a link. This really has parallels to the Old Testament and New Testament. So maybe if you get a chance, you can go there reading it. Go there and read it. Basically, the parallels that I quickly wanted to draw. So when you think about the New Testament idea of the Passover and the Last Supper. So if you get all those texts, read the one that's earliest. Read the one I think Mark is the rawest text. By time the Apostle Paul was writing, it was already pretty much a ritual. It wasn't as much of a given ritual when during Mark's time, but Apostle Paul wasn't there. So it's kind of hard. He tries to integrate it into his writings. But if you read the context where there isn't too much theology involved with it, you read Mark. By the time you hit John, it's kind of late and a lot of imagery was added. But Mark's probably the best one. And then go and read Adapa and the Food for Life. Here Adapa is tricked out of receiving eternal life because he's told not to eat. He commits an offense. I'm not going to give away the story, but he commits an offense, and he has to answer to the heavenly council. So he goes to the god Anu, and his father tells him not to eat bread and not to drink. So they bring it to him, and he doesn't. And here it is, the bread of life, and the water of life. And he puts clothes on, which is important. In the ancient Near East, clothing was seen as a divine symbol. So if you think about a lot of the issues people had with Adam and Eve, where Yahweh clothes Adam and Eve, it's a very intimate relationship there. He clothes them. He doesn't clothe them in garments. A lot of people are like, well, this is the first sacrifice of the animal, blah blah blah. That's not what it means at all. What it means, according to the ancient Near East, in the context of the ancient Near East, when you clothe somebody, you're deifying them in a way. So when these people go to a heavenly council, and as Adapa goes, he's clothed in robes, and he's anointed with oil. So when Yahweh clothes Adam and Eve, he uses animal skins. And in the text of Gilgamesh, when he mourns the death of Enkidu and goes on his journey, he doesn't wear his kingly clothes. He sheds those, and he puts on his animal clothes and furs. And so any place he shows up on his journey, the gods ask him, why do you look like this? And he explains his despair for missing his best friend. So if you think about the ritual of the Last Supper, and you read Adapa and what all those symbols mean, you could come to some pretty interesting conclusions on how things work, and hopefully get people thinking a little bit about it. Here you have, a God and man. He wasn't granted eternal life. He was a semi-divine being, and I don't know, just rolling around in my head thinking. And here you have the idea of eternal life. Now, marriage supper of the Lamb in the end. This is what they'll be eating. And this is when people will be converted into gods and admitted into the heavenly council. It's still present all the way up in Revelation, these kinds of ideas. Here you have, probably 2,000-3,000 years old, the start of the ideas, and then you can read about them in Revelation, worked out on how things would be in metaphoric terms. You get a crown, you get new robes, you have a marriage feast of the Lamb, all that. It's eternal life, and if you were to refuse to eat that bread and drink that water as Adapa, so here he misses out, and he's very upset with himself. And at the end, you read a little fit he throws. When he heard that, in the anger of his heart, his messenger he sent, he who knows the heart of the gods, to King Ah to come. To him he caused words to be born. To him, to King Ah, he sent a messenger with a wide ear, knowing the heart of the great gods of the heavens be fixed. A soiled garment he made him wear, with a mourning garment he clad him. A word he spoke to him. Adapa, before the king Anu thou shalt go. Fail not the order, keep my word. When thou comest up to heaven and approachest the door of Anu, Tamazu and Gishzida at the door of Anu are standing. So, just something to think about. A lot of imagery going on there, and maybe I'll talk about it more when I have more time. So, take care.